Government is due to announce the locations for 8 new hospitals, but it's being delayed. It's desperately hoped here that when it's finally announced, Kings Lynn will be on that list. Zoe O'Brien, BBC Look East.
Well, James Wild is the Conservative MP for North West Norfolk. The Queen Elizabeth is in his constituency. I asked him if that number, 1,500 props, was a surprise to him.
Yes, and it's concerning. It's part of the work that the hospital is doing to install fail-safes into the hospital as they check the roof to make sure it stays safe for staff and patients. Obviously, that's a significant increase on the previous number, but it's all there to make sure the building is secure and safe for people to go into and to use.
But just to be clear, we're not talking about 1,500 of those props from floor to ceiling that we've seen in pictures.
Well, what the Chief Executive said this morning was there is a number of acro props, the ones that go from the floor to the ceiling. And then, as anyone who's been in the hospital will know, there's a number of steel and timber supports actually in the roof. So it's a mixture of those two is the issue. But of course, they're all there supporting the roof. So it's creating a situation for staff and patients which is far from ideal, which is why I'm continuing to campaign to make it one of the new hospital schemes.
But this campaign has been going on for ages. When are we going to get a result on this?
Well, I wish we'd already had the decision. It was due at the beginning of the year, and that's slipped back. I had the debate in Parliament to keep up the pressure. Some local campaigners came to Westminster last week as well to help keep this in the spotlight. And I'm hoping once the local elections are out of the way, we'll get a decision fairly soon after that. So we need to get on with this.
But it is your government that has the ability to press go on this. I mean, how frustrated are you?
I'm as impatient as anyone to get a decision, to get on the shortlist and then to be selected as one of the 8. And that's what I continue to press for, with the support of other MPs from Norfolk, Cambridgeshire and Lincolnshire.
Yet even if Kings Lynn does get the go-ahead for a new hospital, you and I both know that that is not going to be in place for years.
Well, there's modernisation happening at the hospital at the moment. There's funding for a new endoscopy unit. There's a new West Norfolk Eye Centre that's coming. There's a new outpatient unit. There's also another £18 million bid for an orthopaedic unit. But of course, we need to have a rebuild. The hospital's put forward a compelling case for a single-phase rebuild, and that's what I'm backing. Of course, we can't build a hospital overnight, but we'll do it as rapidly as we can if we get on the list.
My point being, what happens in the meantime? 1,500 props at the moment. Does that number increase? Do wards have to close? Or worst case scenario, is safety compromised?
Well, the number one priority for the Chief Executive for the Trust is the safety of the staff and the patients at the QEH. It is safe to go there. Anyone who needs treatment should go there. I think the number will increase because, as I say, this is part of the work to install fail-safes to protect the roof, so it is safe. So I expect the number will go up. I would rather there were no props and we had a new hospital, but we'll manage the situation before we hopefully get that new hospital built.
James Wild, thank you very much.